Now, when the 5th house lord goes into the 8th house in the D10 chart, going into the 8th house in the D10 chart means from the Lagna, means the Lagna is now the 1st house is then 6th house away from the 8th house. So this is the 8-6 placement. On paper, this is a tricky placement. But when the 5th house lord goes into the 8th house, it's gone 4th houses from itself. So when the 5th house lord goes 4 houses away from itself, it has gone into a Kendra from itself. Overall, this is still a very good placement because of going 4 houses away from itself. However, the 5th house of gains has gone into the 8th house of changes, transformation, upheavals, obstructions, challenges, which means the assets which the 4th house brings come in only with the transformation, with your ability to overcome obstruction, with your creativity which the 5th house brings, with your innovative ability which the 5th house brings, with the risk-taking ability which the 5th house brings. So this is a placement where you have to be very current, ready to see where the obstruction is coming and be ready to change or transform when facing the obstruction. So you have to be very quick on your feet to identify the opportunity, identify the obstructions, overcome the challenges, and then do very well. These people do very well in the accounting industry. So people who have done some finance background, some accounting background, go into taxation, into audits, into insurance, into IT, into some kind of analytics. Very, very strong placement for that. So these people can do very well over a period of time in all these and analytics also, and they make a lot of assets. So if you're very able to apply, overcome the challenges, overcome the obstruction, this is a very, very good placement of making a lot of assets. Only challenges because the 8th house is 6 houses away from the Lagna. In trying to overcome the obstructions, you may make some enemies. You may have some people who are acting behind your back. So the obstruction may come from invisible enemies acting behind your back, who don't like you, for trying to put a spanner in your work from time to time. So you need to be very, you need to know what's happening in the department. You know what the network is. You should know what the grapevine is to be able to do. But this is a very, very good placement for people who are relating their career to the 8th house and ready to put in the effort, ready to challenge and transform and face obstruction to make huge assets. One of the best placement for analytical roles, taxation, wealth management, chartered accountancy, insurance, anything related to the 8th house, very, very good placement.